y'all. I'm Chappelle Nicole, as some or most of you know. Um, the video you're about to watch is called Stalker J. And forgive me if I start looking up, I'm looking at the monitor. But the video that you're about to watch is called Stalker J. It's kind of bittersweet because this is somebody I kind of really, not kind of, I did actually consider a friend. To make a very long story short, this is a friend of, well, we became friends years ago. After becoming friends, that story how doesn't matter, but after becoming friends, he called me like, hey, because his daughter had just died, and she was a baby. And he was like, hey, I just need to get away. Is it okay if I come move to Vegas and start my life anew? Of course, me being who I am, sure, whatever you need. I had my house, 3 bedroom, 2 bath house, 2 car garage, front yard, backyard. I had a pretty decent sized house at that time. So I was like, yeah, sure, you're more than welcome at that time. Um, at that time, my youngest son's uncle also got into a situation and needed me, so he was staying there temporarily. So Jay came from Memphis. Everything was fine when as soon as he hit, he caught the Greyhound, I believe. Yeah, it was the Greyhound. As soon as he got to Vegas, he had already made connections with women out here to hang out and be in relationships with, and that's why I wanted to let you know that up front, because once upon a time we were leaning towards trying to build a relationship, but that lasted maybe 2-3 months and it was cut short because I was like, yeah, we're two totally different people, but you cool, so we'll still, immediately friend zoned. After that, why, it doesn't matter at this point. So we friend zoned at this point. After that, we just start talking as friends. So fast forward, he comes into town, he has a girl pick him up. He brings a few things to my house and he's like, hey, I'm kicking it with her, so I won't really be here too much. That's fine, I don't care. You came out here to start over. If you made friends already, cool, fine. It's none of my business, whatever. Have fun. So that's the beginning of this, so you understand. I believe he was back and forth from my place to different women's places. I want to say maybe a month and a half. So he wasn't at my house, first of all, often, and he wasn't at my house long. Came, maybe take a shower, change his clothes, put something up, and he was out. That was the routine. And at that time, my youngest son's uncle was also there. He ended up moving across the country, so then at that point it was just me and him there. I didn't see a problem with it. It was fine. Like I said, he was in and out, so it didn't bother me. And then one moment he said, hey, I got a baby on the way, and da 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 da. And I was like, I'm so happy for him. And he went on about his life. I didn't hear too much from him. I wished him well. I was so happy he got on his feet. And he was out. Mind you, we were still friends on like Facebook and Instagram, I believe we were. So I would see little posts here and there, like it, or whatever the case may be. So fast forward 4 years. Now, within a span of 4 years, I had not seen him once. We would converse here and there on social media, but he may call me out the blue, like, hey, how you and the kids doing? Because I had the same phone number for a very long time. But as far as seeing each other, we didn't see each other for 4 years. I really wasn't worried about it because we weren't that close. But I was just like, okay, he's cool. He's a friend of mine. He came out to Vegas, get back on his feet. So I think he's doing fine based on his social media, posting a lot, saying he's, doing this and doing that and living here and living there. And I'm just like, okay, but happy for you. So if you have seen my surviving domestic violence video, actually, before I shot that video, he called me and he was like, hey, what's going on? How are you? I'm like, I'm fine. What's going on? He was like, well, I'm in a little bit of trouble right now. Is it okay if I come by and talk to you about it? I know I haven't seen you and the boys in a while, but is it okay? I'm like, yes, cool, talk. He wouldn't be the first person who I hadn't seen or talked to in a while who reached out to talk to me. So, after I recorded that video, no, I take that back. I just lied. While I was recording that video, I actually got a tap on my window. Right, my bedroom was in the back of the house. So why he went to the back of the house to tap on my bedroom window, I don't know, but whatever. I get a tap on my bedroom window. I'm like, what's going on? And he was like, hey, come to the door. I'm like, okay, whatever. I pause the video. I go to the front door. He comes into the house, walks back to my bedroom. Mind you, I had just paused the video to record. So I went back to sitting in my chair, and I want to say, was he sitting? No, I think he was standing. I can't remember. But he came in the room and he was telling me about how he was living at this place and they got into an argument, and I want to make sure I'm clear on what happened. Got into an argument with the people who were living there with him. I guess he was like in a roommate situation. And, excuse me, the landlord got involved and told him he couldn't come back. And changed the locks, put all his stuff. No, I take that back. He still has his stuff in the house, but he changed the locks. Excuse me. Woo. He changed the locks. And he wasn't able to go get his stuff, so he didn't have anything. He was like, I work full time, so is it okay? I'm kind of in a legal battle with them right now. Is it okay if, I come, wash up or whatever, but I'm dealing with this person, that person, whatever, like before. Cool, Jay, whatever. So I want to say it was maybe about a week pass, and at this point he's always kind of had a drinking problem, and I don't want to put that out there on him that he has a drinking problem. It's facts. It's not like I'm trying to pour salt on his name or do anything like that. He has a drinking problem. One point that I didn't mention before, when he stayed with me before, all of my kids' cough medicine would come up missing. We had a spat about that, but I was just like, whatever. I don't feel I just took it, whatever. So he had a drinking problem. From the time his eyes opened up to the time he went to sleep, he was drinking. And it didn't matter if he woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning. Next to him, he had a tall can of beer. No lie. So I was like, okay, you grown. That's your business. Whatever. So he would be in and out. Like I said, in and out, whatever. He was like, hey, I'm working, but I need to, since I'm doing this legal stuff and my checks, I'm getting my checks and whatever the case may be, can I get my mail sent to your house? Because if it's sent over there, they won't give it to me. Cool, fine, whatever. If you need your stuff to come over to my house so that you can take care of what you need to take care of and get on your feet and get gone, do that, whatever. If you know me, and really know who I am as a person, you know that oftentimes I would let a lot of my friends or associates or whatever come to me during hard times, and I would give them shelter, I would give them food, I would give them money, I would do whatever it takes to help, because I once was homeless. If you didn't know, now you know. And homeless. But back to the story. So, like, yeah, get your money. Your money, your checks, your mail, whatever. Get it sent here. That's fine. So you can get what you need to do. Get out and get on your feet. So that was happening. During that time, I noticed within the first week or two, he was spending more time at my house than normal. I'm like, don't you gotta go to work today? Oh, they cut my hours and they're not letting me know why, and and something, and just some BS that I know now was some BS. And I'm like, okay, you're gonna get a situation. Yeah, I'm taking care of it, blah, 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 blah. Okay, whatever. So then I noticed that he would be talking on the phone a lot with different girls. So I'm like, okay, here go Jay. He finna find him a place. Cause I've never known him to really live on his own. I've always known him to be with a girl. So I was like, okay, he gonna find him a girlfriend, set a stable place to stay. He was a hobosexual. So he was gonna find him a girl, or whatever the case may be, move in. So he started to disappear. So again, he would start to disappear, be gone, stuff like that. I really didn't care. But time started to, okay, you here 1 week, you're here a day or two, and then you're gone a week, and then you come back a day, you're gone, and then come. So I was like, okay, Jay, look, what's going on with the situation? Because now it's been a few weeks. And during this time, he's like, hey, I got some money. I'm looking for a place to stay. I'll be out in a week. Cool. That week turned to another week and another week and another. I'm like, we cool and everything, and I'm here to help you out, but what's going on? So, a lot of different stuff started happening. He would start coming into my, like, if I was home and he was there, or he'll call me like, hey, what you doing? I'm like, I'm about to leave. Oh, could you stay for a minute? I'm on my way to take a shower or whatever, and then I'll just lock up when you leave. Cool, because he didn't have a key to my house. So I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. So I noticed that stuff would be moved in my room, or something would be gone or something. I'm just like, okay, Jay, have you seen da da da? And he would grab a pair of socks, a shirt, or whatever. I'm just like, dude, you can't be just coming in and out of my room when I'm not here. At least pick up the phone. I open up my home to you. He was sleeping on the couch, but I was like, tell me something. Don't just go into my room and going through shit. You see what I'm saying? So we had that talk several times, and the thing about that is we had talks similar to that about different topics and about different things. So fast forward. I can't really remember what happened because there were so many things that happened. He was, I think, getting ready to go or something like that. And I was cooking in the kitchen. I said, Jay, come here. Like, well, I said, I'm your friend and everything. I care for you and all that good stuff. But I'm giving you to New Year's, January 1st. You gotta go. Like, he was drunk. He would come in drunk. He would, reek of alcohol. I didn't really see him trying to do much of nothing other than, oh my God, excuse me, being on the phone with girls and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, now mind you, I recorded that video, my domestic violence video, in October of 2017. Okay, that was October. So I said, look, it's now December. I think it was like right before Christmas. I said, I don't know what you're doing. That's not my concern. But at this point, you're here way too long. I love you and all that, but I cannot be responsible for a grown man who I feel is not doing nothing. You're doing stuff you're not supposed to be doing. You're taking stuff you're not asking, this, that, and the third. I'm giving you to January 1st. You have to be gone. I don't care where you go, but you got to get out of here. So he's like, all right, I respect that. You got your boys and grandma's here and everything. I'll go. Cool. So, let me see, what day was it? I think it was December 30th. It was New Year's Eve. It was New Year's Eve. So, New Year's Eve, mind you, he had been gone a few days. After we had that talk, he left. He called me like, hey, you home? I'm like, yeah, I'm home. What's up? Me and the kids were in the living room watching a movie. And so, he's like, oh, I need to stop by and, get my stuff, do whatever it is I need to do. I'm like, okay, cool. So I see a car pull in my driveway. I'm sitting by my living room window, and I can see out because the blinds were a little open. It was like midday. I see a green Jag pull up, and I'm like, who is this? Who is this in my driveway? And then I see him come around because they parked in front of my garage. So then I see him come around, and then I see a young lady follow him. Okay. So I open the door, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And he just had her come on in. I'm like, Jay, you can't just bring random people to my house. You know what I'm saying? She was like, oh, well, I don't want no problems. I don't want no problems. I said, baby girl, the problem is not with you. I don't have a problem with you at all. So let's be clear on that. My issue is not with you. My issue is with him, and it has been with him for a while. He wasn't very respectful of people's place, things, anything. He did what he wanted to do. So I was like, honey, it has nothing to do with you. I was like, Jay, he was like, oh, I'm sorry. He tell the girl, oh, that's my sis and my nephews. They, da, da, da. And I'm just like, okay. He like, all right, well, I'm finna just go grab some stuff and, take a shower and I'm out. So I'm like, come here. Well, I said, what about, yeah, I know. I'll be back later. So I said, okay. So mind you, he goes out. I don't know what he did in my garage. Now let me back up. During this period of time between October and New Year's Eve. I'm sorry, excuse me. It's a lot of dust. I just dusted some stuff. But anyway, during this time, he calls me like, hey, the landlord just said they put my stuff outside because he still has stuff at that place. Mind you, they changed the locks on him, but he still had his things in there, TV, all this stuff. The landlord just called me. They sat my stuff outside. He didn't have a car. They sat my stuff outside, and I need you to take me, because I had a car. I need you to take me. Could you please take me to go get it and put it in your garage? Excuse me. So, of course, yeah. All right, whatever. I take him to go get the stuff. They had cameras like outside of the thing, and then I guess they were watching him. They called him like, move that car off my property, da, da, da. And I'm like, okay. I'll go around the corner. I was like, okay, gather your stuff. I guess he was waiting for the landlord to get there or something. It's like, gather your stuff, and I'm parked around the corner because I'm not in a space for drama. I don't want to see nothing. I ain't there. I ain't see, ain't heard, no nothing. So I was like, just call me when you got your stuff together. I won't go far. Just call me when you got your stuff together. I'll help you get it. Now, mind you, some of his things were already outside. So I guess there was a few more things left. And he was like, this ain't all my stuff. So he was waiting for the landlord to come back so he can get back in the house or have them put all the stuff out. I know I'm good detail, but stick with me, okay? Stick with me. So I'm like, okay. After he got that situation, I don't know what happened because I wasn't there. He like, hey, I got my stuff, come on. I pull around the corner, we load up everything in the back seat and in my truck. We bring it to the house, put it in the garage. Stay with me. So he left out and he was like, I know. Now, mind you, like I said, he went in the garage. Now, his stuff was in the garage, okay? I heard my garage door go up. My car was in the garage. I don't know what happened. Okay, stick with me. But the garage door went up, whatever the case may be. And I was like, okay, what's going on? It went down. And he was like, all right, he got dressed. He was like, all right, me and her finna come, go out. We'll be back. I'll be back. He was like, I'll be back. Like, okay, Jay, it's New Year's Eve. I know. I got it. I got you. I wouldn't disrespect you, but I got you. Cool. So later on that night, he comes back. Okay. Later on that night, he comes back by himself. When I tell you suited and booted, I mean suited and booted. Okay. Brand new cap, baseball hat, basketball hat, whatever you want to call it. Nice sweater, minus the winter. Nice little sweater. Got some like some army green Air Force Ones, or was they like a camel color? I can't really remember. Old girl had took him on a shopping spree. Okay, took him on a shopping spree. So he come back suit and boot. I'm like, damn, okay. He like, yeah. I was like, okay, don't fuck it up. I'll fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? Because when he was doing what he was doing as far as taking a shower, getting dressed, all that, I was having a conversation with her, and she was really she had it all together. Mentally, she was there. Emotionally, she was there. She was beautiful. You know what I mean? She had her stuff together. He wasn't the type to have his stuff together. So I was like, okay, maybe she'll be influenced, on you when you get your shit together, right? So he come back to the boot. I'm like, okay, all right, she took care of you. He like, all right, I'm gonna take care of what needs to be taken care of. I'm out your hair. Cool. I go do what I'm doing the rest of the house. I'm cleaning up because, mind you, it's New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. I want the house to be cool, right? I get the house all clean, like my candles, Lysol, bleach, whatever. So I'm getting the house together. I'm tidying up, whatever. I told my oldest son, John, I said, John, take the garbage out, right? He was like, no, nephew, I got it. So I'm standing in the living room and he go back there to grab the garbage. So I was like, okay, John. He said he'll take it out. You come on here and finish what you was doing in your room. I go back into my room. Okay. Now, as I'm in my room, I'm hearing my garage door slam back and forth because the stuff is in the garage, and the garage come into the house. So I hear the garage door slam. So I know he's doing stuff with his stuff. Didn't really know. Stay with me. So I'm like, okay. My son comes in my room like, hey, my best friend TJ wants to come over. Okay. He gonna come over, so can you go pick him up? Cool. TJ literally lived around the corner. But at this time, the sun's going down. I'm like, it's New Year's Eve. Folks start to get crazy. This is Vegas, right? So I'm gonna go pick you up. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a big old circle. So with my house, I went one way to go get him, right? And then when I picked him up, we came another way to come back to my house. But it was like a big old circle. So as I'm driving past the back of my home, okay, I can see the backyard because the back of my house faced a street. It had a big brick wall in my backyard, and then it faced the street. So we're driving down that street, right? And I look over to my right as I'm driving, and I'm like, somebody just threw a pile of garbage over the wall, okay? Now I'm like, that looked like that's right behind our wall. Why would somebody do that? Ugh. And I'm just irritated. Now, as we pass it, my oldest son is like, John, my oldest son, John, is like, Ma, that's our stuff. I said, what? That's not. He was like, no, Ma, some of that stuff I cleaned out of my room. That's our stuff. And I was like, somebody dumped our garbage in the back behind our house? No. So I put the car in reverse. I back up, I pull over. Lo and behold, all the garbage that I told my son to take out, that Jay volunteered to take out. Normally when I tell my son to take the garbage out, he'll gather the garbage and put it in the backyard on the side of the house. Or if it's garbage day, he'll put it in the front. But garbage day was next couple of days. I can't remember what day this was, but garbage day wasn't coming. So typically I would tell him to put it on the side of the house or in the backyard, for garbage day. This Negro had taken the garbage that he said he would take out for my son, went to my backyard and dumped it over the wall. Now, mind you, it wasn't just a garbage bag tied up, thrown on the other side. He emptied the garbage bag of garbage on the side of the wall. So he took the garbage, dumped it over the side of the wall, and brought it back into the house, the bag with the garbage. I had no clue. I pull up to my house and I see stuff on the side of my house. Now, mind you, when I left, I entered my garage through the house. My car's in the garage. I noticed that the stuff was gone, but I was like, oh, okay, well, he just got the stuff. I'm not worried about that. He got his shit out of my garage. Point blank, period. So I'm like, okay, the stuff gone, whatever. I pull back up, but mind you, when I'm leaving out, I'm not paying no attention to that. I'm backing up, out the garage, and then, I go about my way. But as I'm pulling up, I'm looking, I'm like, there's something on the side of my house? I get out because I'm already fuming. I said, you know what? I should fuck all this shit up. But, you know what? He already ain't got too much of nothing anyway. Just come get your shit. So I took a picture of it. I said, you know what? Your stuff's still here. Still here. I ain't did nothing to it. It's still here. But come get your shit tonight. That's where the story starts. And I know I've talked for a little while. Forgive me, but you need to know what led up to everything. I talk a lot. My bad. I took a picture because a lot of times people will try to blame you for shit and stuff like that. So I want to show him your stuff is exactly how you left it. Exactly how you left it. So you can't say I did anything to it after it's gone or whatever the case may be, because I'm mad that you threw garbage over and I told you can't stay here no more, or come and go when you please. I said, so your stuff is here. Okay, come get your shit now. He texted me back, and that's what you'll see. Okay, fast forwarding past the pictures and the videos that you see, he stalked my house for days on end. There were moments where I couldn't even take my youngest son to school because he would put a chair in front of my garage. I used to drive my youngest son to school. My other ones took bikes. Okay, my older son took bikes. But my youngest son, I would have to drive him to school. He would sit a car in front of my, not sit a car, Lord Jesus, sit a chair in front of my garage. So if I open up the garage, he could just run into the house. It got to the point where I had to take Ubers because I was like, I didn't want to walk him to school, which I could have. I didn't want to walk him to school because I knew he would be outside. So what I would do is I would have to call an Uber or, Lyft or whatever to come pick us up so that I didn't have to open up my garage. Because I didn't know that he was staying in an abandoned house in the neighborhood. I didn't know. So he had been watching me and would wait to see either my oldest son leave or wait for me to open up the garage or come out the door. And he would literally pop up out of nowhere. We lived on a cul-de-sac. Okay. A lot of people who lived on my block were very quiet, really didn't do too much. You hardly ever saw him. So he can hide on the side of their house, stuff like that. So that's what you're going to see. You're going to see pictures of what I'm describing, along with video that I recorded about other stuff that happened during that time. Me calling the police, finding out that when he used my address to have his mail come, he took that mail to the DMV and got his ID changed to my address. I couldn't make this up if I wanted to. He got his ID to match my address with those pieces of mail. When I would call the police, he would tell the police, here's my ID. Look, I live here. That's my sister. She's just mad. So it took a lot for me to have peace at once. But you'll see that. During that time, he harassed and messed up a lot of people. You'll see the video. And then one day, all the stuff on the side of my house was just gone. It was just gone. But then I'll post text messages between us. I had to call his mom. It's a lot. It's a whole lot. And even after telling him leave me alone and me purchasing a brand new firearm, yes, I had to go purchase a new firearm. On top of me having to do all of that, he still would text, hey, here's me and my new girl. Congratulate, we still family. You still my family. You just hurt, need love. And that's, I'm coming back home. You coming where? I want to reiterate once again, we never had sex. We never kissed. Ever. Ever. Not even on a drunk night. Okay? Never kissed, never even held him or hugged him in any way, shape, or form that it would insinuate that I wanted more out of him but friendship. Okay? Let's make that clear. I wasn't, like some people say, oh, you walking around cute and you enticing. Never. No. Before he even decided to move to Las Vegas, we had already been conversing as friends. We had already discussed that what we at one point was trying to do was never, ever going to happen. We just view life differently. We didn't want the same things, didn't need the same things. We were just not compatible whatsoever. Now, mind you, he is handsome and he's a talker. He's very good. Sorry, there's a little bug just flew. He's very good at what he does as far as talking. Boy, when I tell you, he got the gift of gab. Okay. But even at that moment, I was like, nah, I'm cool, cause it was a lot of things that we discussed that I wouldn't bend on. I was just like, But talking to him, once we realized that one as a friend was cool, kept me laughing, and that's probably a reason why I got so comfortable, is because real goofy, make you laugh. He knew how to cook a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Cool. But I didn't really know that there was more going on. Okay? And when I mean more going on, you'll see what I'm talking about. So I've talked for a while to give you the gist of what's going on. I might break this up, I'm not sure. But I wanted you to get the full understanding of what you're about to see and why it'll make sense. Have I talked to him since? No. He reached out to me on another social media platform saying, hey, you miss me and you forever my family and this, that, and the third. I said, why are you contacting me? I blocked him. Oh, I lied, because he contacted me on another social media platform saying the same type of stuff, and I blocked him and deleted him. I got him blocked. I changed my phone number, but that was like a couple months later. But I blocked him on everything. I blocked his phone number. I blocked every type of, I would look him up, or if I would join like a new social media platform, I would look him up to see if he was on that platform and block him before he had a chance to see that I was on that platform. Had nothing to do with it. I got in touch with cops. I inboxed them. It got crazy. So that's what you will see in this video that I'm about to post. I just wanted to kind of shed light on it. And ladies, be careful of who you call friend, especially when it's a guy. Okay, because I really trusted him, or I wouldn't have opened my door. That wouldn't have even came close. It wouldn't even been a thought. I trusted him. I trusted him in my home. I trusted him around my children. I trusted him with my grandmother. All of that. And he turned out to be Jekyll and Hyde. So ladies, just be careful. It don't matter how long you know somebody. It doesn't matter how long you know somebody. When people feel like their back is against the wall and they have nothing else to lose, if hurting you or doing something to you will make their situation better, they're willing to do that. And I learned out the hard way. So if you're still here, thank you. In front of my house drinking. Don't come near me. And don't bring that near my house. Get the fuck away from here, Jay. Get the fuck away from front of my house. Get away from me. Don't matter. I told you don't walk near me and you did. Get away from my house. I just had to make some because he walked up on me. Talking about he was moving a chair. As you see, the chairs move. But he's still drinking in front of my house. It is now 6:30. John, in a minute, I want you to help her with her medicine. I'm out here dealing with this, and I'm supposed to be taking care of my grandmother. I don't have time for this. Get your shit like you said, and we discussed you were going to do on December 31st and leave. Why are you constantly trying to be here? Make no sense. Folks lingering around. Take your shit somewhere else. December 31st was the deadline. Why are you still trying to linger around my house? Got so many friends and so many other places you can go. Why are you here? So today is December 4th. I'm sorry, January 4th, 2018. I'm still checking to see if this stuff is here. Still here. He still has not removed it. This is day 4. Or day 5 if you want to count the 31st. Alright, so today is January 8th. The kids went back to school today. And let's check around the corner and see if he picked this stuff up. Else it's out here getting soaked. Looks like everything is still in the same spot. Oh, there goes that. Why this man is harassing my house again? What is it, Jay? What?
It's about the rain. Could I even put myself?
No, you don't live here. You need to get away from my house, please. Thank you.
Like, I'm calling my ride now and like.
That's fine. Nothing, you or your things are not coming into my home.
They can't sit in the garage?
You or your things are not coming into my home. So please stop ringing my doorbell.
All right. Can I use the outlet?
No, you don't. You use the outlet for where you're going.
Huh?
Use the outlet for when you're going.
Use the outlet.
Use the outlet at where you're going.
Oh, okay.
Okay. What's going on?
Yes, well, he said you was his
I'm nothing to
a
him.
friend or somebody, and you had kicked him out, and that's why his stuff is on the side of the house right here.
No.
I gave him a ride over here because he wanted me to drop him off at his auntie house, and I told him I didn't have no gas to take him way over there.
Okay.
So
He ain't got no aunties out here.
okay, well the thing is that we was on Main and Bonanza, and he took my whole key out my ignition, put my car in park, took my whole key out, and took my wallet with my credit card, my Medicaid card, and everything. And I called the police and made a report on him. That's how I know where you stay at, because he brought me here earlier today.
Okay, that's how he got here. No, I let him keep some stuff in my garage when he got kicked out of his place he was living at before. And his last day, I told him he had until the 31st to get his stuff out.
Right.
Because I have kids here and stuff like that, so he couldn't really be here. Right. And he wasn't really here like that anyway. Right. So the 31st came, he took his stuff out, put it on the side of my house, and told me he'd be back. And then one thing led to another, and I had to call the police to have him leave my property. Wow. And I didn't know that when he put his stuff in my garage, he asked me, can I get, a few pieces of mail here because I don't have anywhere for it to go? I said, sure. In the process of doing that, he got an ID with my name, with my address on it, and told the police that he was my brother and that he lived here and moved into my house in October, and that wasn't true.
So where you think he might be? Can you call his phone to see if he'll answer your phone call? Because he won't answer my phone.
I have him blocked. But I can call him for you, but I haven't. So he took what? Wait a minute. So you brought him over here earlier?
Yep, because he was coming to get his stuff, and he mad because I told him I have a whole boyfriend. He cannot live with me, but I can take him wherever he needed to go, and that was it. And then after that, I said, you know what? You have to get out of my car because now you're being disrespectful. You said you only got $2 to give me, but then you told me you had $10.
Oh no, he's a compulsive. Nothing he says ever adds up, ever.
God,
ever.
I just want my ID, my kids.
So you were driving and he took.
Yes.
Hold on, baby.
They towed my car. The police towed my car because I couldn't drive my car because he took the key. I have my key with my wallet on together.
Connected, right. I know how to.
He took the whole key.
While you was in traffic.
In traffic on Martin Luther King and Bonanza.
And got out the car and left.
And ran through some houses. So I said, well, maybe he might come back through here. Because he had me to meet him over here across the street. And then he brought me over here earlier today. He said, oh, well, that's all my stuff right there. You know what I'm saying? So,
were you in a black car or a dark car?
Black car, yep.
I saw, because I was looking, I said, who is that? I told my son, who was that in front of my house?
Yep.
And I said, that's probably Jay. Do you know his name?
Jay Sienna?
No.
And he told me something else.
Well, I got his name. I got his mom. I don't have.
Can you write that stuff down for me?
I got his phone number. I got his first and last name. I got his mama. I got his brother.
Can you please give me
I can give you all of that.
All of that, please.
Hold on. Give me just a second.
Okay.
So he didn't lie and say this was his sister's house. This is nobody's house. She was just letting him live here for the time being. Yeah, I let him stay on my couch for a few days, and he was hardly here. What he does is, one of his MOs is, he finds women that would somewhat be attracted to her, he likes, and he's a smooth talker. He's really good at that. And then he's one of those, he tries to find a place to stay. He never has a stable home. He's always living with a woman. Yep. And so what he does is, when he was here for like a few nights, within a few days, he found another woman and he was at her house, but his stuff was still in my garage. Mm-hmm. And I didn't mind because I didn't get in his business. Right. Before he came here to stay a few nights in October, I hadn't seen him in 4 years. So he popped up, knocked on my door in the middle of the night because he got evicted. I let him put some stuff in my garage. I told him, I said, well, you can't really live here. I'll let you sleep on my couch a few nights. Right. But you can't stay here, but I'll let your stuff stay in my garage so it's not out on the street.
So where's the abandoned house he said that he lives in? Or was that a lie?
I don't, once December 31st came, I don't know what's going on. All I know is I had to call the police almost twice. Once they came here, and that's when I found out he had an ID with my address on it, and I didn't even know about it. So then, like I said, the 31st he came, he had another girl he was dealing with that he found overnight. She brought him here. He took his stuff out and put it on the side because we had an arrangement that he would get his stuff out of my garage by the 31st. He put it on the side. He said, I'll be back. And I didn't hear from him, and I called him, told him to come get his stuff. And he was like, why did you put my stuff out? I'm calling the police. You put me out. I said, wait, what the fuck? What? I didn't put you. You don't live here.
Exactly.
You came and took your stuff out. Now you saying I took it out?
Yeah.
And so he told the police I took his stuff out, and he lived here. And he was my brother.
Yep. So I actually had to get a ride here, to see if he was here.
No. I will not let him cross my threshold. He came before you brought earlier. He came here earlier. Mm-hmm. He said, he thought I was stupid. It's about to rain. Can I put my stuff back in your garage so I get my ride? No, because if you put your stuff back in here and you don't want to come back, and then if you call the police, you got an ID with my address on it, and you say your stuff here. All the police got to do is come here, see your stuff here, and all that. So let me get it for you.
Okay. Here he comes. He about to give me all his information. And then I can't even give these people gas money because he got all my money in there, my credit card.
That's
in there,
crazy.
Everything.
Oh, I believe it.
So you think he might be over here at this, across the street over here at this?
I have no clue. Once I called the police on him on the 1st, and they told me all of that, I blocked his number. I actually messaged his mom. I told his mom, I said, you need to call me because I want to tell her your son is a fucking lunatic.
Yeah, please give me her number.
And I don't have her number. I just have her Facebook. I don't have none of his family's information. All I have is their names.
I'll call her on Facebook.
Yeah, I just have their names, and I have his name. I know he's born in November, and he's from Memphis, Tennessee.
You got that 901 number.
Yep. Do you have his number?
Yeah, I have his number, but he's not answering my phone
Let me
call.
I can call. I'm gonna call. I have a house phone I can give you. Hold on, let me. It is 3:23 a.m. on the 9th. I guess it's the 9th now. And I just had a young lady come ringing my doorbell. That's who I was talking to. Ringing my doorbell and banging on my door, thinking that this guy is at my house because he told her that I was his sister and I put him out. And that's so far from the truth. Something is really wrong with him. People are really crazy out here. So this young lady tells me that he asked her for a ride over here earlier and showed her that his stuff was here and said all that I just said. And, I guess he was saying I need to get some stuff and da-da-da. He didn't get anything. And then I guess he was trying to persuade her to let him stay with her, and she was like, no. And I guess they got close to downtown Las Vegas, and she said in the middle of traffic, he snatches her keys out of the ignition, turns the car off, snatches her keys out of the ignition, gets out the car and runs. She calls him. She's blowing up his phone. He's not responding. Got her ID, her money, everything in there. Her car keys. She said she had to have her car towed, had to beg for money to get her car towed because he had all her money. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. She said he started to get, I guess once he mentioned that he needed a place to stay or wanted to stay with her because he had nowhere to go. And she was saying no. She said he got really, really disrespectful. I guess they start exchanging words back and forth. And then that's when he turned the car off, took her keys, and ran. She said they never been in a relationship. I'm pretty sure she never met him. And that's this guy's ammo. What he does is he meets women online or in person. He's a very good he's sweet talker. He's really quick witted when it comes to talking and conversing with people. He gets you to like him and get comfortable with him in order to move into your home. I've never known him to live on his own. I've always known him to be in the space of a woman. And so I have no clue what's going on with him, but I just want his stuff away from my house. I don't know what to do, but I think I'm going to have to take this video or something up to the police and try to figure this out. But guys, be careful, because there's people like that out here. And when you don't give them what they want, they get completely crazy. Because after he took her keys and ran off and she was calling him, he was answering the phone and saying, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do anything like that. And that's the same thing he did to me. When, you know what I'm saying, he wasn't living here. He stayed on my couch a night or two and then was gone. Asked to put his stuff in my garage, for a little while. I told him he had to have it out by the 31st because that was his deadline. He came, got it out, said he'd be back. And then he flipped the script saying that he never said that. He never did that. We had no arrangement like that. He got an ID with my address on it. After I told him he can get a piece of mail here because he said he had nowhere else to send his mail, and he has some important documents coming. He has some money coming, a check coming from unemployment or some other stuff. And he had nowhere else for his mail to go. So I'm like, okay, you can get, I'll let them send your mail here so you can get your mail and get, do whatever you're doing out there and get back on your feet. Not known to me, he was using those forms to take it up to wherever he went to get an ID with my address on it so that he looks like he's a resident here. How sick is that, people? How sick and disturbing is that? How off in the head do you have to be to really plot something like that? I could see if you was trying to get back with an ex-girl and you like, I'm finna move her. We've never had sex. We've never kissed. We never even hugged in that type of manner. And he's trying to take advantage of me. So can you imagine what he's out here doing to women who actually fall for him, start a relationship with him, and things don't go his way? Like, are you kidding me right now? So, yeah, this is crazy. So I was able to give her his name. I left a message for his mother, who I at one point talked to. And she seems like a very sweet lady. But after all this commotion happening, I had to call the police myself. I can't get her to respond to me. And which I'm sure the reason is because he called her and told her some story and told her not to talk to me. And that's her son, so she's going with it. But if somebody's reaching out to you like, hey, I need to talk to you, at least give them the time of day and hear what they have to say. Those are my sons and I love them dearly, but they're not always right. So if somebody comes to me and say, hey, I need to talk to you about your son, I'm all ears. Now it's up to me whether to believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, I know what my children's limitations are, but I'm not going to say that they just absolutely wouldn't do certain things. But I don't know if this is his routine. Like I said, I haven't seen him in 4 years. So I don't know what in the world he's out here or been out here doing. I knew him once upon a time. And I tried to be a friend and help. Because I have a good heart and that's just who I am. But when you feel like you're starting to be manipulated, you tend to sense that. Act on it. So back to what I was saying. I got a call actually that interrupted this video from his mother, and I told her everything about what was going on, and hopefully she can reach out to him and figure out what's going on. I don't know. I don't know what else to say, and it really broke my heart. And I'm not even just saying this, but it really broke my heart as a mother to have to sit on the phone and tell another mother what is going on with her son. That is something bad. You know what I mean? I would hate, because that's her son, that's her baby. She loves him, of course, And to think that your son is out here in Las Vegas and he's doing good and he's living life, and to hear that the life that he's, of course, showing on Facebook and the rest of the world is a big fat lie. It's a big fat lie. Like, I can go on his Facebook now and scroll it. 99% of the stuff he posts is a lie. Is a lie. And I've called him on it a few times. And you just laugh it off. It's a lie. All of it. So, I don't know. I don't know what else to do. I'm just praying for the safety of me and my children, and for his life, that he stays the away from me, my family, my home. That's all I ask. Just leave. Just get your stuff and just leave. Well, this is crazy. So I really hope that young lady is able to, they find him, she is able to get her stuff, because that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Have somebody snatch your car keys out in the middle of traffic and run, and then you call them and they're completely just, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have anything of yours. I haven't seen you in such and such hours. Like, just, and he only did that, what, for a quick buck? It's crazy. Absolutely insane. So, yeah. Yeah. Ladies, just bottom line is just, people you think are okay and that you would call, I wouldn't even say he was really a friend. He was an associate. But I really felt like he was a good guy. And don't get me wrong, I feel like he is a good person deep down inside, but I don't know what's going on with him. When people feel like they have their backs against the wall, they're liable to do anything. And I've witnessed that before in life. But I'm not going to say I never saw it coming from him, but I didn't see it coming from him. Because I didn't realize how hard his back was against the wall, if that makes any sense. I knew he was in a tough situation, but I didn't realize how bad it was, because he covered it up with lies. You never really know what's going on with someone because they put on this front. And he was putting on the front. Had I known how deep the rabbit hole was, I probably wouldn't let him stay. Because I understand what length people will go when they feel like they have no other choice. And him getting his ID changed to my address, telling the police he was my brother, snatching his, he feels like he has no other choice because he has nothing else. And I'm not excusing it. It's not right. It's completely effed up and wrong. I'm not excusing it. I'm just saying, when people have their backs against the wall, they do some of the dumbest shit. The most twisted, conniving, manipulative things you can think of, because they feel like they have no other choice. Some do it just because, but some people really do it because they feel like they have no other choice. As messed up as that is. So,
Yeah, at this point, I'm just, I feel like I'm rambling, but it's just like I just cannot believe that I just at 3 o'clock in the morning I get this. Like, seriously, this is nuts. All right, this is a hell of a beginning for my 2018, don't you think? It can only go up from here. I love you guys. Stay tuned. Hopefully when I come back with more news or more information, things would have gotten better. Either he would have gotten caught, got his stuff, and left me alone. But I know this. His shit got to get from the side of my house. And that's just that. So I'll talk to you guys later. I love you. Alright, so today is January 11th, 2018. Let me see if it's still here. Oh. Huh. Looks like everything is still here. As you can see, nothing's been touched. Everything's still in the same spot. Even that, what's that? Oh, a Dove box. I don't know. I'll try to cover it up some more. Like, this is exposed right here, so I'm gonna try to cover that up. Hold on. Okay, so you see I covered that up. I'm trying to not expose as much as possible. He should be happy I put a sheet over it to cover it up. Because once he took it out, he was supposed to pick it up later that day. And now, like I said, it's 11 days later. 12 if you want to count December 31st. So, yep. Alright, folks, today is January 19th, 2018. Today is my birthday. Happy birthday to me. So let's check this side. Well, well. Okay. Progress. The TV is still here. Everything else is gone. Now I'm hoping he came and got it. But, yep, everything is gone. So I just can put this stuff in the trash and go about my business. Ain't God good, won't he do it? Remove that devil from your life, God. All right, y'all.
I love you. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Chappelle Nicole, and peace and blessings. Bye.